Debate on the bill seeking to regulate and formalize the employment of domestic workers, apprenticeships, interns, and other informal sector employees in Nigeria, and to empower the National Directorate of Employment to issue license and monitor privately owned employment agencies whose responsibility will be to enroll employees in their data bank, safeguard and enhance their social security, and oversee their recruitment by employers who engage in legitimate occupation on such terms and conditions as may be agreed by the parties. Many jobs in the informal labor market in Nigeria still experience decent work deficit. Employees in the informal sector are often seen as having no rights and are not treated fairly by their employers. All of this bill seeks to correct. Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, this bill empowers the National Directorate of Employment to issue license and monitor the activities of employment agencies throughout the country. The National Directorate of Employment therefore shall, A, on an application from an agency who desired to function as an employment agency in the prescribed format, issue a license after having been duly satisfied that 1, the agency is registered either as a sole proprietorship, partnership firm, company, or as non-profit organization. 2, the agency maintains proper books of accounts, memorandum of association, rules, bylaws, as the case may be, and the details of the office bearers of the organization and details of persons employed by such agency. There is no criminal case pending against the said agency or agency owners or both. 4, the premises or place being or to be used for purpose of placement or employment agency exists as per requirement and be by the notification in the federal government gazette.
There is also this aspect of, non-Nigerians, particularly from some of the West African countries who also come into this country. They are employed, and there are a lot of very bad stories of how they wipe people's house, pack all their valuables, and just disappear. So I think, Mr. President, we need to really look at this aspect so that this bill can actually achieve the objective through and through. The informal sector, perhaps, is the largest part of our economy because it's largely unreported. However, as much as we have this issue of indecent work as this bill seeks to protect, the other aspect I would also like us to highlight is there are also situations where these same informal workers have had cause to deal with those who employ them. And I think one case in point is the murder of the past or the former deputy governor of Edo State, Lucky Igbenedion. I think that was one case where the old woman was hacked to death by an informally employed person who was put in her own care. So what this tells me, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, is that as much as we have many of these employees being treated unfairly or indecently, we also have to remember the other side of the story, where they also have had cause to deal with those who employ them unfairly and the like. So the role this agency is going to play, I think, should look at both sides so that we protect those who are also employing at the same way we are also protecting those who are being employed.
A bill for an act to regulate and formalize the employment of domestic workers, apprenticeships, interns, and other informal sector employees in Nigeria, and to empower the National Directorate of Employment to issue license and monitor privately owned employment agencies whose responsibility will be to enroll employees in their data bank, safeguard and enhance their social security, and oversee their recruitment by employers who engage in legitimate occupation on such terms and conditions as may be agreed by the parties and for other related matters, 2022, second reading taken. And the bill is referred to the Committee on Labor and Productivity to report back within 4 weeks.